Hey everyone, it's Overjudge and Modus.
Hello.
And welcome back to the Rune Factory playthrough, and this is part 4. So, after saving there, I think that was the end of the recording session last time, so that was just saving to quit the game, not not to go to bed or anything. I want to plant some stuff in the cave, I think is what I'm doing here, so I can afford 2 lots of these seeds. Buy 2 of them. No, I'm buying 1. Don't know why I'm only buying 1. Maybe, again, I'm just obsessed with only saving money. I'm being a little ridiculous, I think, at this point in recording. And fill up the watering can, that's very important, because, you know, there's nowhere in the dungeon to fill it up, only right around the corner from those ploughing spaces. And always come into the dungeon prepared for combat, or for farming.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, this guy. I don't think I talked to him this time around, but this guy, he's actually the guy who also likes mist, and she's rather oblivious to it. He pops up once or twice during the events of the game, just to... He's wants to be a dungeon explorer too, so, you know, he tries to help out, but he's not very effective at it, really. So, yeah, you can plant things in the cave. I suggest planting... each cave has a season associated with it. This cave has a spring climate. There are caves with summer climates and autumn climates as well. I suggest planting the one thing in that particular cave that grows the fastest. You're generally not going to be actually harvesting anything that you plant in a cave, and once something in a cave grows, you'll see why. Your money will be made other ways. As I said, fishing is an option. You can mine for minerals in this game. That's an option. Certainly later in the game that becomes your primary income. You can also get some animals. Even from this cave you can actually get some monsters that will give you honey that you can harvest from them. You can sell that. So there's a few ways to make money in this game that I really don't think you need to ever actually harvest anything that you plant in a cave, personally. So the reason I'm ploughing all these squares is not just because I want to plant stuff in them later. If you plough 50 squares in the cave, then you can get another tool, so I think that's what I'm doing here. And that tool will be the last tool in the game, actually. Always remember to chop up the branches. At this point I start throwing away the basic weeds that I don't want to keep, because, you know, I've got other sources of income now, and those weeds really don't... They sell for about, you know, maybe 5 gold a piece, if that, so there's really no need to keep them around. If you just drop them again straight away after picking them up, they disappear.
Yeah, I think it's more like 1 gold.
Yeah.
They're very worthless.
Yeah. It's like right at the very start of the game when you've got a bunch of them on your farm, and you got no other income, that's kind of a decent thing to sell. Well, it's the only thing you've got, really. After that, it's worthless. So please tell me, I was going to say, please tell me I'll cut out ploughing all this. It's not the best idea to plough those top 2 while monsters are still around and you don't have a weapon, so I didn't. Especially with my HP being below half.
Yeah.
But as I said, the reason I ploughed those was to get another tool. And it's a good thing that it's a sunny day today, because there are 2 states of weather, 2 main states of weather, sunny and rainy. If it's rainy, then some villagers just decide to take the day off from doing any work whatsoever, and the blacksmith is one of them. But the reason we're going to him now is that he's going to give us a hammer. And I think the hammer is, aside from the farming tools, the hammer is the most important tool in the game.
Yeah, for the ores.
Yep. So, also he'll upgrade your tools for you, as I said before. The first thing I recommend you upgrade is the axe. So, that'll take some number of pieces of iron, I think it's 5, and a little bit of gold, and obviously the axe itself. So, we've got to go get those. But before we do, I am going to the bathhouse.
Yes, very good idea.
And trust me, I think the time passes at the rate of every minute, every 10 seconds of real time is 10 minutes of in-game time. So unless you wanted me to sit there for a minute and a half on this video, you should appreciate me cutting out the remaining time there. So there's the bath. As you see, it's refilled our HP and our rune points. and it costs 10 gold, and you can do it once a day. That's the most useful building in the whole town, in my opinion.
Yes, I have to agree.
Although the blacksmith is pretty useful as well for selling you basic weapons. Obviously, the mayor is very useful for getting you into more dungeons. Well, all of the buildings really have at least one use, even if it's just you walk into the building and someone will give you an axe. So here are rocks that you'll find in caves. All of the caves have these rocks in them, and you get stuff from them. Depending on the cave and whereabouts in the cave they are, I find that certain locations give you different things.
Yeah.
So this batch of rocks here will pretty much only give you what we're finding at the moment, which is scrap iron. Scrap iron, there's one or two things you can do with it, but mainly it's just for selling. I harvest all of these rocks here because I didn't know that they will only give scrap iron. I've since found out that yes, they really only do give scrap iron, I think. But other rocks elsewhere in the cave will give other things. In this first cave you won't find anything spectacular. You know, there's some iron, there's a little bit of bronze, but at one point there will be actually something more useful. And here's Ivan interrupting our trip through the cave. He gives us probably the most useless tool in the game, the radar device. You'll use this...
I don't even remember what that is.
I'll show it off, but basically it lets you know how many monster-making machines are on a particular floor of whichever cave you're in. Which, that's what you use a map for.
Yeah.
So I think I'm about to show it off here. Yep, there it is. 2. That's how many... it might not be on a floor, it might be just on the current screen, because certainly there's that one there and there's the one by the harvesters, but on this floor there are also the 2 in the opening room, so I don't know. This here is a save point. If you run into a save point in a dungeon, use it. Especially that one. In this first dungeon, there are monsters that can attack you, and they will cause what's called seal, but it's basically what's called silence in other games. It stops you from using your spells. It also stops you from charging your tools. Once you've upgraded your tools, you can sort of charge them up to do stronger things with them, like the hammer will give stronger strikes, so you can break those rocks in one go. The axe, once you charge it up, will actually be able to take out stumps, things like that. The farming tools will cover wider areas and so on. You will be unable to do that if you have been silenced, and also you can't use the escape spell, so you don't want to be caught silenced, basically, in my opinion.
Yep.
So always save. We did get some bronze and some iron from those rocks there, so that's some useful stuff. It's more farm to clear, so if I'm not going to be using the land for farming, I won't bother ploughing it, because stuff like this, the sticks and the weeds and the grasses will respawn every day, so I tend to leave it open so that I can have more sticks to smash with my axe and get some more wood. Wood is, as I said, it's balanced. It's important for upgrading your house and getting stables, so do that. So this is probably the biggest surprise in this game that I found. That's silver in the very first dungeon. I didn't know you could get silver in the first dungeon.
Yeah, I think rarely you can.
It's from these 4 rocks are the only ones I've found that can give silver.
All the rocks definitely have different ores you can get from them.
Yeah, so those 4 particular rocks have silver in them. I've got 2 lots of silver there. Silver, certainly in this first dungeon, is the most valuable thing you can find. Those purple squares on the floor will poison you, but if you have an antidote on hand, just use one. You sort of just use L and A to equip it into your hand, and then B to eat one, essentially, and you'll eat one, and it will cure the poison. So that's why you keep those around. Oops, I missed. More rocks, more iron. That particular batch of rocks doesn't give silver. Or at least not that I've found. You know, those 4 rocks at the beginning, 2 of them gave me silver. That batch of, 8 rocks there, no silver. So, I don't know. Different rocks in different areas have different chances, as you said.
Yes.
So yeah, silver will actually be really useful later on for upgrading things, but right now it's much more useful to sell. You see here, it says cost 400 and level 1. That means that basically the cost times the level is how much you're going to get for each lump of it. So in this case, it's going to give me 400. If it was level 2, it'd give me 800 for each one, and so on and so forth. You know, it's quite simple that way. So I think I have enough iron, but it's late enough in the day that the blacksmiths are closed. So let's save and go to bed, shall we?
The voice clip.
Yeah,
they are bad.
What was it that you said? I think the first time that we recorded part 1 that you're not going to be hearing, but the first time you recorded part 1, you said something like that. It sounds like for the entire cast of the game there was about 4 voice actors.
Yeah, like especially with the kids, you can hear it's just some of the other voice actors.
Yeah.
Doing a kiddie voice.
Yeah, I think they have like maybe 3 male voice actors and 1 female. It certainly sounds like all the female voices come from one person. Another day, another clearing up the farm. It's mundane, but it's really important to do that. Clear up your farm each day.
Yep.
The reason, by the way, I seem to be selling those yellow grasses is because I have more than 9. You can only stack 9 in any one slot in your inventory, and I really don't think at the beginning of this game they're worth taking up more than 1 slot, so yeah, just sell any excess. What am I doing? Oh, I'm watering these now. Okay, then. Oh, yeah, I should talk about skill up. So, everything that you do, farming, mining, fighting with various different weapons, so swordsmanship or using an axe or whatever, they all have a level associated with them. As you do them more and as the level goes up, basically they will cost less rune points to do. So, you know, I mean, you'll level them up by doing them naturally. Oh, this is me making sure that with every hit I'm not going to run out of HP. So every hit is doing 2 HP of damage to me.
That's...
I wanted to get those
last... quite far.
I wanted to get those last couple of rocks, damn it. And obviously when you're on low HP, the game will start beeping at you, as you heard there. Only in the dungeon. Outside of the dungeon, thankfully, it doesn't beep at you, because there's less danger. If you run out of HP in the dungeon, you die, game over. If you run out of HP outside of the dungeon, you just faint and go to the doctors. I think I said that before.
Yeah, and you skip a day, I think.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. It acts kind of as if you went to bed, except you wake up at 10 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock in the doctors.
Yeah.
So sometimes, very, very occasionally, it could be useful if you were planning to end the day anyway, and those first 4 hours of the day really aren't that useful. You may as well just do that. Here's the bathhouse again. I think I activate a glitch this time. Yeah, if you walk in as early as you can, sometimes Melody doesn't appear.
Oh yeah, sometimes she's still upstairs, I think.
And then she'll just appear out of nowhere.
Wow.
No, she'll eventually, once you take enough baths, you'll raise your friendship level with her, and she'll let you in beforehand, and then she'll be upstairs. That's probably what you're thinking of. No, if before that you walk in at exactly 3 o'clock as the clock ticks over, sometimes she just won't appear, and then she'll just appear out of nowhere. Time doesn't advance inside of buildings, so if you walk into the building at, say, 2:50, once you're friendly enough that she'll let you in any time, you can't wait there until 3 o'clock. You have to wait outside until 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's another mining session done in the caves. No need to see that, I don't think. Yeah, I suppose that's something else I should cover. Each person has a friendship level, whether or not you can marry them, and then the girls that you can marry also have what they call a love level. So as certain people's friendship levels go up, and generally for shopkeepers it's from talking to them and buying things from them. For obviously Melody in the bathhouse, it's using the bath a lot, and so on and so forth. If it's not a shopkeeper, it's just from talking to them a lot, basically. And as their friendship level goes up, they'll let you into their house any time, which sounds useful but really isn't. It's kind of obstructive, actually.
Yeah, got business here.
So I think 5 o'clock just passed, which means all the stuff like the silver and so on just sold. So I'm going to spend all of my money in the blacksmiths. 5 pieces of iron, 400 gold, and 2 days to upgrade my axe.
Oh yeah, you have to wait a few days. You can't use the tool.
Yep, that's right. So Just bear that in mind when you're doing it. And I'm going to buy a basic sword, and I've got enough money for 2,025 gold there, so I'm going to buy a shield as well. Shields just give you a little bit of defense, really. That's all they do, but nonetheless, there's a slot for them, and there's no reason not to have one equipped, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think you can block enemy attacks with a shield. I've not found a button to do it, at least.
No, I think it's just it affects your
Yeah, your defense stat.
You don't actually use it.
Yeah. There was Rosetta talking to us, and this is how you're supposed to find out about things that villagers, that townspeople like. Is they'll occasionally tell you. She's like, yeah, I like corn on the cob. Again, I was just using a guide for that sort of thing. It's a lot easier than talking to people repeatedly and then finally finding out what they like. So here's combat. These machines spawn monsters. The monsters will keep appearing as long as the machine is around. So basically, your objective is to destroy the machine, and to get to the boss of to get to the boss of the dungeon, you need to destroy all of the machines. That applies for all dungeons. You have to destroy all the machines to be able to get to the boss. With the basic sword, it takes quite a while to destroy those machines. As you upgrade, I found myself destroying them in 1 or 2 swipes. Especially with one particular sword, which you can get about halfway through the game, and I find useful enough to use until the end of the game. You can upgrade other swords into what seem to be more powerful swords, but really they're not. It's a bit weird. I don't know if that sword is just glitched or what. Probably is. This game isn't exactly the most solid game. As I said, certainly these other swords you can upgrade to have higher attack stats, and I'm being crazy. Oh, level up. Okay, level up.
Oh.
Your level, your character level is separate from the skill level, so you can get skill up in using a sword, and that's different from leveling up. Level up will just generally improve your stats, but the side effect of leveling up is that your health increases to full. So yeah, this is how to get around and destroy monsters generally, especially when you've got no rune points left, is run around them until their invincibility frames run out, and then just hit them again. You get a 3-swipe combo with the basic sword. Other swords will have higher or some... I think once or twice there's a couple of swords with only 2 combos, especially the long sword at the beginning, I think.
Yeah,
actually.
the heavy ones.
So there are different sorts of different combos. I'm saving there because I want to do some grinding on these ants. These ants can silence you, I think. The ants are not good for grinding. You'll see me grinding on other creatures later on. Oh no, that one dropped an item, but I was too busy trying to get it out. Oh dear. Yeah, there's other stuff to level up on in this first dungeon, which is a lot better. And so, off to bed with us at the end of the day. And that's pretty much the end of that part. I'm actually going to end this commentary before the part ends this time. So next time we're going to be doing some more leveling up, basically, because we've got no axe. So thanks for watching, everyone, and bye-bye.
Bye.